In this lesson, we will see multi-level inheritance. This is the UML diagram of the hierarchy we implemented in last lesson. Now suppose that some of the instructors are lab directors as well. So we want to create another class, lab director, inherited from instructor class. Lab directors will have additional data attribute of lab, which will be the name of the lab, and lab employee as the list of the instructors assigned for that lab. Then there are two methods for the lab director to add or drop the lab employees. Here is our program we created in last lesson. Let's create lab director class underneath the instructor class inherited from instructor class. By doing so, an instance of lab director will also be the instance of instructor class and also of the employee class. In init method, we will specify two additional input arguments as lab and variable length lab employees. The super function will refer to the parent of the lab director, which is instructor class. Actually, we should have a setter method for lab employees to first verify if they are instructor class object before setting them as lab employees attribute. But I'll keep it simple and just set those lab employees without any check. Let's create a few instructors. And now let's create a lab director. Embedded Systems is the name of the lab, and let's say that instructor 1 and instructor 2 are the lab employees. You can see correct instructors as lab employees. We can also apply instructor class methods on lab director, for example assign course. But suppose that we want to have a different behavior of assign course method for lab director. For instructor class, it sets the provided subjects in the courses list of the instructor. For lab directors, we want that the subjects assigned to the lab director and to all other instructors which are lab employees of that lab. For that, we will have to define its own assign course method for the lab director class. If you recall from the lesson number 11 where we studied polymorphism, it can have two forms: operator overloading, where we use magic methods to define behavior of different operators for the class objects. The second form is method overriding, which is defined in the context of inheritance, where we can have exactly same method signature in child class as in the parent class, but having the different behavior. So that's what we can do here. We will define the method. This has exactly the same signature as of the method in instructor class. For lab director class, we want to assign the subjects first to the lab director, and for that we can use the assign courses of instructor class. There is just one line, which is line number 21 in the assign course of instructor class, but even if it had been a lengthy code, we can simply call the method as done here. Now we need to assign the provided subjects to all instructors which are inside lab employees list. Because they are instructors, although we didn't apply any checks in the form of a setter method, we can directly apply the method on them. Let's check the courses of instructor 1 and 2 since they are lab employees. And you can see robotics is assigned to instructor 1 and instructor 2 along with the lab director. Now let's also define add lab employee and drop lab employee without much of the checks, and you can test these by yourself. Now on the similar lines, let's add another class named as admin officer inherited from admin staff. Admin officer will have an attribute team, and it will be mandatory attribute contrary to admin staff where it was optional. Moreover, it will have an attribute team members, which will be the list of all admin staff of that particular team. Before adding admin officer, let's add class level attribute in admin staff class, which is a list of all admin staff. Now let's add admin officer as child of admin staff. The only difference in this init method is that now attribute team is not optional, and inside it we will simply call the init of the parent class, which is admin officer. Team members will be added as property so that if team of any admin staff is changed, this attribute will get updated. We will apply filter function on all admin staff list of the admin staff class. Filter function will be specified as lambda expression that for admin staff S, if s.team is same as team of this admin officer. There are 3 admin staff objects and 1 admin officer object. Admin officer team is exam, and 2 of the admin staff also have the team as exam. So if we print the team members of admin officer, you will see the admin officer himself and only the admin staff with the team as exam. So that's how we can manage relations between different classes, and functionality of one class is inherited in other classes. And we can also change the functionality by overriding the method. These 2 methods of the employee class are inherited in all other 4 classes. The output format of admin staff, which you just saw in the last output, is because of this repr method defined in the employee class. That's all from this lesson. Thanks for watching.